Daily Fail. Do you really want to kill off the coppers in our pocket, Mr. Hammond, or is this a PR disaster in the making? He wants to take every penny out of our pockets. Kremlin defies traitorous, treasonous May's midnight ultimatum and warns Britain don't threaten a nuclear state. Putin raises the stakes. This is what she's been after all along, to try and cause World War III. We need to go to Parliament, drag that evil bitch out and make her pay for her treasonous actions along with the rest of the cabinet and all the other MPs that have voted negatively for us. Russia last night issued a chilling warning to Britain not to threaten a nuclear power, as treasonous May prepared to unveil retaliation measures against the Kremlin. Anyway, and found dead in London, another of his enemies. Unexplained death, Nikola Klushkov. So straight away it's Russia's fault. If you think MI5, MI6 haven't got their fingerprints all over this, there's something seriously wrong with you. This is an MI5, MI6 operation all the way through. Mirror. Don't let my killer dad out, daughter of Telford abuse girls plea. The Cheltenham bullshit bollocks. And pennies dropped. Hammond may axe loose change hitting charity boxes. Small change could be a thing of the past as treasonous Hammond looks into axing 1 and 2p coins. In other words, cashless society. New World Order agenda is pushing forward, even though they know they've been spotted and outed as treasonous traitors to not just the UK but humanity. It's time we stopped this bullshit, went and grabbed them and made them pay for their crimes against humanity. The Guardian. The alternatives, the employees who are buying out the boss. I have prostate cancer, but I'm happy. George Monbiot. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Tutoring the kids on the 0.001%. Science lessons on the super yacht. Russian exile found dead at his home in London. MI5, MI6, guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. Trump swings the axe again and plunges US diplomacy into turmoil. I actually got along well with Rex, but it was different mindset. When you look at the Iran deal, I think it's terrible. The new Tomb Raider, a Lara Croft for our times. This is part of the female agenda. They've been pushing for quite a while now. It's becoming blatantly obvious. You see all the films, series and all that you see these days, you'll find at the top it's a woman, just like May, the treasonous traitor. What my Facebook data says about me. The scum. Cheltenham bullshit. Look over here. Save our coppers. Russian crisis ramps up. I'm on Putin's hit list. Vlad rebel found dead at home, UK home. Tell you now, this has got MI5, MI6 fingerprints all over it. Some bird with tits. Kelly's melons. More fruity pictures. Because the sun, the scum, relies on naked bodies to sell its papers. Because there's never any news in it, that's for sure. The Times. Cheltenham pushed again. Number 10, to curb Sharia in push for integration. Now what that means is, number 10, to increase Sharia law and dismantle British law. Statutes and acts, there is no law. Don't try to intimidate us, Russia warns Britain. Putin defies May's ultimatum on nerve agent, which they had nothing to do with. UK to investigate 14 Kremlin-related deaths. Here's something for you. How about we investigate the hundreds of thousands of men, women and children that have died because of the government's actions and sanctions on the poor, rather than bothering ourselves with 2 deaths that has been carried out by our own intelligence services. The anything but independent. Spent a penny is the end of the copper coin heart nigh. Of course, what this means is everything will be at the lowest denomination will be 5p's, and then they'll get rid of them and it'll be 10p's. So you won't get, you know, like £1.99, it'll be £1, £2.5, because they never go down, they always go up. Design of the Times, oh that's Da Vinci shit. Green Retreats, Screen Secrets, Tilda Swinton on acting and trust. Now Trump fires Secretary of State. Rex Tillerson, America's top diplomat, was sacked after the president announced his departure on Twitter. May's economic war. Doesn't matter what type of war it is war, and that's what she's trying to push here. And if we don't stop her, she will get it. PM takes aim at corrupt Russian money in Britain. How about taking aim at corrupt politicians, corrupt councils, corrupt police, corrupt courts? Oh no, we can't do that because we're behind all that. Yeah. Fears nerve agent could affect hundreds for years to come. Oh my God, what a utter bullshit. This is scare tactics by that evil, satanic, Luciferian bitch. Terror police investigate London death of Putin critic. Theresa May is drawing up plans for an economic war on Vladimir Putin after Moscow refused to explain how a deadly Russian nerve agent was used in the UK. The Independent understands that retaliation measures include asset freezes and visa bans against Russian individuals. The Prime Minister is set to meet the National Security Council before speaking in the House of Commons later today. She thinks we're stupid. And some out there buy this bullshit, but I know you lot don't, which is a good thing. We need to get it out, spread the word amongst everyone we know, because if we don't, she's going to cause World War III, which has been her plan all along. Metro. Putin enemy found dead in London home. New terror probe as Russia snubs May on Salisbury attack. Well, think of it like this. If you had nothing to do with it, why would you even answer anything, especially an evil dictator like May? Why would you answer her demands? You wouldn't. And the reason, they had nothing to do with it. It's the Secret Service. The UK Secret Services did this, and they're trying to cause World War III. But yay! You just ignore it, carry on as though nothing's happened, because, you know, when you get vaporised, well, it's your own fault because you did nothing about it. Telegraph. Spring Statement 2018. Evil traitor Hammond. Light at end of the tunnel. Chancellor signals he is prepared to spend billions later this year. Right, now, because he says light at the end of the tunnel, he doesn't mean for us. He means for them. Days of copper coins could be numbered as Hammond launches a review on currency. Right, now because he says light at the end of the tunnel, you know what that means, don't you? Increased taxation on us all. Not them, of course, they don't pay tax. Us. Death of second Russian exile triggers new terror probe. Police investigate after enemy of Putin dies as May builds global support for spy poisoning reprisals. She has no support from anyone. This is propaganda in all the papers through and through. Foy paid less than Smith for the crown. Menopause drug cuts hot flushes in days. Off to the races. Now, why is that front pages on almost every paper so far? Because they want you to, especially those dumbasses that go there thinking they're hobnobbing when they're actually just poor twats like the rest of us. But they put on their best clothes and a silly hat, and they think, oh yes, I can speak with a plum in my mouth. No, twats. Manchester United out of Champions League. Oh, shame. Dickhead paper. 46 years, UK will pay Brexit bill until 2064. Only if we let them. Only if we don't do something to stop them. What the Chancellor plans means for you, and is it in the end for spending the penny? Well, what the Chancellor plans for you is to steal more from us. That's all they ever do. There was a video I put out a week or so back explaining all this. That's all they do. They tax us to death because they know if they leave us enough money to be comfortable, we'll have time to spend researching what these criminous traitors are up to. May targets Russians with wave of sanctions. Oligarchs could have their assets frozen as Britain plans to hit back over Salisbury nerve agent assassination bid. Russian embassy says accusations against Moscow are groundless and raises concerns about cyber attack by UK. Of course they're groundless, it's blatantly obvious. NATO allies pledge support for UK as Prime Minister seeks coordinated international response against Moscow. Of course it, because NATO's controlled by the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. I don't know, I've been telling you, explain this to you lot for forever, it seems, and the rest don't seem to get it yet. No place at university for fat cats. Yeah. Cornish passes not safe from US threat. Mystery of the missing eagles, a new look for problem skin. This is genocide. Yeah, I agree totally. This is genocide. Caused entirely by treasonous May. Although she's been blackmailed, and that's why she's such an arrogant puppet. Because she thinks, well, I'd rather face the wrath of the country than the wrath of the Rothschilds for not doing as I'm told. Financial Times. Steeltown, USA. Special report on the industry Trump. Red menace China's foothold in German industry. Whistleblower risk. Those who report wrongdoing need protection. I don't get it. For instance, in Nottingham Criminal Cartel, they have a whistleblowing hotline which goes straight to John Collins, and he then stamps down on whoever's trying to blow the whistle on him. Hammond proclaims turning point for economy. Chancellor signals easing of austerity. Forecasts limit scope for spending. We all know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. How do you know when a politician's lying? His mouth's moving, and that's exactly what's going off here. Pushed out. Trump sacks Tillerson after rift revealed by North Korea talks. Pressure mounts for new sanctions as Russia rebuts nerve agent accusations. Oh, so Russia said it wasn't us. The only other option is you lot. Corporate America brace for broadcast blowback. Right. If we don't do something, even if that means talking to your friends that think you're a lunatic, at least point out what she's trying to do and cause. Because if not, just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, then you're part of the problem. It's time to stand up and speak out. Now, I get attacked by what I used to call as trolls. They're not trolls. They're enemies of humanity. Whether they're self-initiated or government controlled, they're enemies of humanity. Enough of the softly approach with these scumbags. It's time for action. And we can start off by getting to the meeting this Sunday at Nottingham. The new Chartist movement this Sunday kicks off at 11:30 in Nottingham. Get there, find out what you can do, or sit there twiddling your thumbs and be part of the problem, or get to the meeting and be part of the solution.